This is what every car salesperson was hoping you would never find out.
A recent survey just shows that 61% of car buyers thinks they're getting screwed, and they're probably right. But it's not the dealers who are the enemy, it's the salespeople. You know, the ones that are on 100% commissions, the ones who need you way more than you need them. Today, I'm gonna give you 5 of the biggest lies that car salespeople will throw at you and how to overcome and shut them down. Especially lie number 4, which is probably gonna save you thousands of dollars alone. Let's start right out the gate. The very first question you always ask a dealership on the phone or in email or through text, is the vehicle still available? They're gonna say yes. Spoiler alert, it may not be there. Salespeople know the stats. 4 out of 5 people will buy a different car than what they originally asked about. So the number one goal for the salespeople is get you in the door. I've seen it firsthand, which is exactly why I always send customers every car that I have that matches what they're looking for. If you come into me and say, hey Mike, I'm looking for XYZ, I will then tell you, no problem. If I find one, I'll shoot it to you. But in the meantime, if I see some other ones that are similar, I'm gonna send those to you because I would rather have you tell me no than me pick up the phone and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I found the XYZ. And like, oh, we already bought something. I'll be like, sweet, congratulations, what'd you get? Oh, I got ABC. Completely opposite spectrum of what they told me. So I always show all of the cars that I possibly can because I know this stat. And this stat works to our benefit all the time. Now, I don't lie and say a car's here when it's not here. That's not something we do. But I definitely show every single car that I can because I know the statistics and they're dead on. So this is how you overcome this lie. You simply just ask them for a video. Just 30-second walk around the car. That's all you need. That's actually showing you the car is there. Most dealers can send videos in seconds with one click. If they can't do that, chances are the car isn't even on the lot and it saves you a lot of time and a lot of frustration. Lie number 2 is this vehicle does have all the options you need. This one's sneaky and it can cost you thousands in the long run. Most salespeople, especially the salespeople who started after March of 2020, have zero product knowledge. I worked with a guy once who lied about everything. Seriously, if he told me it was sunny outside, I would walk my happy butt right outside and look up in the sky because that's how much he lied. And you know one thing he was good at? Lying. He lied about everything so he could convince people that he was telling the truth. Humans are wired to position things to highlight benefits, especially when it comes and they want the sale. This isn't exclusive to car sales. It's just the more dangerous here because the purchase is bigger. The truck market is probably the biggest one. So I like to use this analogy when I'm training salespeople and talking to people. Let's say you're looking for a truck and you need something to haul a fifth wheel or a gooseneck or a heavy trailer, and you're specifically looking for that 3.73 rear end gear for towing. Well, the salesperson says, yep, it's got it. They have no idea. I promise you they don't. You sign, drive off, and later to find out when you hook up your trailer that this thing's got the 342. Now you're stuck with a truck that can't do the job and you bought it based off of a lie. And how do you protect yourself? Well, here's a couple ways. With General Motors, not every manufacturer has this, but most of them do. You have to look for the bill codes inside the vehicle's glove box or in the trunk or something like that. GM's looks like this that I have here on the screen. Ford's and other places look a little bit different as well. Or, not sponsored, if you want to use MonroneyLabels.com, you can pull the factory window sticker for like 10 bucks or 8 bucks or something, and you can confirm every option and feature there yourself. Now, never trust the words of a salesman, always trust the documentation. Number 3, the price is only good today. I hear this lie all the time. This one is a pressure tactic, pure and simple. Unless there's a manufacturer rebate ending tonight at midnight, which they should be able to show you in writing, this price isn't magically disappearing tomorrow, this afternoon, or in an hour from now. Also, manufacturer incentives don't typically end on holidays or weekend. That's a myth because like the year end, most manufacturers, it's January 2nd is the end of the month for the manufacturers, not December 31st. They also extend offers to get the last minute holiday traffic, so don't let a Christmas bow on the hood trick you into rushing to a 5-figure decision. Most new car pricing only fluctuates about $500 throughout the entire year. I've done this for years and years and years, and now Ford is offering employee pricing. If you go a month ago and look at that same Ford car, that same Ford truck or SUV versus their employee pricing today, I bet it's within $500 what I could have bought it a month ago without the employee pricing structure. I did this back in like 2005. I sold a Hummer on the last day of the month. Just did a really good deal, no issues. The next day was the first ever employee pricing for everyone for General Motors. And of course the customer calls back and says, well, I want the employee pricing. It was actually $516 more money today than it was the day before. So all the truck months, the red tag sale, employee pricing for everyone, it's just marketing. It's not a real sale. So if a dealer tells you, hey, this pricing is only good today, call them on their bluff. So you're telling me that if I have to wait till tomorrow to get my money around, I can't get this price? They're gonna immediately say no. Oh, as long as you commit to it and leave a deposit, blah, blah, blah. That right there tells you that that is a fake sales tactic and they're lying to you about the sale price. Don't fall for that stuff. Just let it go as you will. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Lie number 4, this is the biggest one. Your presence is your best bargaining chip. This is the most powerful and manipulative lie they use. Salespeople are taught this from day one. Sales manager always saying, the sales trainer, just get them in the building. So when you ask for a quote or out the door price, they'll respond with, sure, I can get you that best price. However, your presence in my showroom is your best bargaining chip. When can you be in? And this is exactly how you flip the script. And you have to say this terminology exactly the way I said it. It's proven thousands of times over and over that when I call and negotiate a car deal, that I get what I want. I always say, awesome. I think I can be in later today or maybe tomorrow, but I can't put this in my schedule until I can make a well-informed decision. I'm sure you can agree with that, right? They'll always say yes. Then you say, can you help me with a couple more minor things before I can arrive to buy the car? They're always gonna say yes. Now you hit them with, I need 3 things. Your best price, all the taxes and fees, and exactly to the penny what the bottom line is. At this point, they're probably gonna repeat the same showroom line again because they don't know what else to say. So follow it with, I can't make an appointment with you until I have all the information. Once I have that, I'll make your dealership a major priority. How long will it take to get me those 3 things? 15 minutes or so? At this point, you have to assume the sale. You are a salesperson at this point. You are selling them on the idea to get you numbers. Now, I want to show you what really happens in the dealership in the CRM behind the scenes. This will help you understand just how quickly and easy they can send you these numbers if they actually wanted to.
Literally some inside information on how exactly a dealership gets numbers. This is our CRM. This is extremely expensive software, and this is the #1 CRM in the country for automotive dealers. So all they have to do is hit this desk button, okay? Vast majority of the stuff is going to be pre-filled in, the purchase price, all that stuff. If you have a trade, which we're not going to talk about trade yet, in their sales process, we can see the rates over here. And all I have to do is hit present, and I can hit text, and here are the numbers, and I hit send. Literally, that's all I have to do. You're seeing this in real time. This is taking less than a minute. And then once that goes through, I get it right now. I just got it right now, right here. And I hit this right there, okay? I've already got it. Let me click it again since I'm trying to look at on there. And lo and behold, the internet's going slow today for whatever reason. There's the numbers. 1 minute and 6 seconds. 1 minute and 6 seconds. Tell the dealership to stop playing games and to get you the numbers just that quick, because every CRM in the country makes it that simple.
So if they refuse to send the numbers, here's what to say. I can appreciate that, but I'm sure you're like me and value your time. I'm not looking to waste hours in a dealership, and if I'm not fully informed, I'm not a 300 payment guy looking at a 60,000 truck, but I also won't show up blindly. If you can send those numbers to me in the next 30 minutes, I'll make it a commitment to show up and buy. If they're still stonewalling you at this point, then you just say simply this. Okay, unfortunately, if you're treating me like this over the phone, I don't expect to be any better in person. So without the numbers, I won't be buying a vehicle from you. And at that point, you hang up the phone. And I got one more trick up my sleeve. If you go down to the description, there is a video that is a unlisted video. And if you use that and send this to them, it'll teach them how to sell a car the right way, and for you to have me in your corner and make sure that they get the out the door numbers before you arrive. Lie number 5 is we're losing money on this deal. And I have to say, sadly, I have said this to customers before, not in a lying aspect, just it was something that was truthful that was happening. And I don't say it anymore because it's so overplayed, because I see it and hear it everywhere you go when I'm negotiating car deals. This is just a guilt trip in disguise. If a salesperson says this during negotiation, it doesn't mean you're getting a good deal. What it really means is they're not making a big commission. For example, let's say a dealership buys a car for $24,000, but it's only worth $20,000. Dealerships make bad buying decisions every single day. I watch them at auction. It's absolutely insane. But if they start selling that car at $28,000 because it's so overpriced and they don't sell it for 90 or 100 days, and they decide, hey, we're gonna lose $1,000 and sell it for $24,000, that's not a good deal to you. They're losing $1,000, but that doesn't mean it's a good deal. We cannot sell cars based off of how much money we have in them. We have to sell cars based off of the market. So all you have to do is go out and check any Facebook group that is geared towards car salespeople. They're all out there bragging about their $5,000 commissionable payables on one deal. Then, next thing you know, you see them whining that they're getting $100 minis. Sales is a law of averages. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But if they try to use this pressure, you simply say this right here. Listen, your profit margin is none of my business. I'm only here to get a fair deal. And right now, because of XYZ, this isn't fair to me. So you have to stay focused, you don't apologize for negotiating, and you don't let emotion take over. You go in well informed based off of some of my other videos that I've taught you on how to do the proper research, how to do the proper negotiation, and you make sure that you hit them right square in the head and you punch them in their nose and make their eyes water, and you say, listen, because of this is not a fair deal. I've looked at this car over here, I've looked at a similar car here, I went to buy this car here, but I missed it by an hour, so on and so forth. So therefore, this is not a good deal because I can find other cars very similar to it. However, I do like yours because of XYZ, but I'm not going to overpay for it because I like certain features or options or whatever the case may be. So sit there and hold firm to them and don't let the, oh, we're losing money on this deal, take the emotion from you to buy it because of that. I wrote about 30 of these lies down, but I only could get 5 of them in this video. So make sure you subscribe with your bell notifications on, because I'll go over them, and make sure you watch these 2 videos right here because these are strong negotiating tips for you.